creative people, this is Carrie from KRLC Studio. Let's set it up. Alrighty, so let's talk about setup. And as you can see, I have this big apparatus and it lays on top of my desk, which is perfect. You can see my lighting that's coiled around. And all this is PVC pipe. So basically pipes that you use for plumbing. I got this idea from Compass and Ink. I'll leave their video link in the description below. I really liked how she did hers and I wanted to have something similar. So what I did for mine is that I made sure that I measured how wide my desk was and how long I wanted or needed the pipe going across here, how long that needed to be. And also I decided how high I wanted that to be. And that's a personal preference. I can't really show you how to do that because it is a personal preference. But she doesn't exactly show you how she created it, but she shows you what she did. And you'll need the certain elbows and all of that. This is portable, so what makes it wonderful is that I only glued the edges together. So this right here, this rectangle here, and over here comes completely out. So the ones that are going horizontal across, they all come out. This is a wood dowel, and this comes out as well. This wood dowel I can move like that, but it's all where it needs to be. And what I wanted to do is I wanted to have something a little bit more stable so that if I ever wanted to record a tutorial, I didn't have to drag out, any supplies. I mean, the only thing I'd have to do is just set up my supplies on my desk and just hook up my phone to where my tripod is. My tripod is here. I have two of those. One I keep up here and I don't take it down. And another one I have when I'm doing my videos for my face. I took the attachment from here from my tripod and put it at the end of this roll. And all this is a roll from Christmas wrapping paper. And that really works as well. What I like about it, and this was my husband's idea, is that, well, why don't we set it up and it's wrapped around. I can put it up or I can put it down. Depending on how close I want to be to my work station, it's really wonderful and it's quite long. I haven't cut anything. There is a zoom on my phone and I find that for me, it works, but sometimes having the phone just a little bit closer to your workspace is just better than using a zoom. I've just found that through my own experience. So I make sure I turn my tube this way. And when I put my camera in, it's filming landscape. And that's what I want. And remember, all of the buttons on your phone need to go on the right-hand side of your phone. And while I'm doing my tutorial, I can, on my app, which is Open Camera app, I can switch my phone screen around through the app. You can also switch around your camera just on your regular camera app that you have on your phone, but I use Open Camera because you can do a lot of other things like the lighting on your phone as you record and also keeping the focus centered, and that's what I like the app for. Because I'm sitting down and I can look up into my phone and I can see what I'm doing, so I don't have to actually try to put it on my screen. Some of you may want to do that, and there are ways for you to do that. I'll find a link and put that in the description below, but I never use it because that just works for me. I never have to go to my computer and do it on my computer because I can already see it on my phone. And that is my setup. Now, just to let you know that setting this up, and my husband helped me create this apparatus, it cost about $100 Canadian. Now, because if you live in the States, I am guaranteed probably it will be much cheaper in the States to do this than it ever was here in Canada to do it. But to me, it's been well worth the $100 to do because like I said, it's so easily accessible. I can move her around, and I love it because, like I said, if I want to just immediately record something, all I have to do is just put my phone in my little tripod there, turn on my lights, and I'm ready to go. These are alternatives to the big apparatus that I've just shown you. So this is your cement block, and these are many books. You want to make sure that these books that you use are heavy. So the ones that I have, they're not very heavy, but if you have old dictionaries or encyclopedias, and make sure they're big, heavy books, and that's what you want. If you have a selfie stick, and I bought this at Goodwill for like $3. So you can go on Amazon and find a selfie stick. You don't need a selfie stick. If you do have a selfie stick, you can use this for this alternative setup, or use a regular plastic hanger. Also, you will need some elastics. So these elastics are used by grocery stores for connecting flowers of broccoli together, and you bring them home. And these elastics are great because they're smaller, they're wider, they're thicker, and they're really great to use for this. So you'll need 2 of those or 1 of those. So what you want to do is, if you don't have a cement block and you have lots and lots of books, which I'm sure as a creative journalist you have many, many books, you want to stack up books, or if you have a cement block. I like using the cement block because it is quite heavy and it won't move around. And that's what you want. When you're filming and setting up, you want your camera to be as still as possible. So if I was using the hanger, I would just put it in between and making sure that I have a lot of books on top of here. And making sure that you want it up high enough that as you're working and doing your tutorial, you're not going to be knocking your camera or anything, okay? So you would get your hanger here, pull it out as far as you can or as you want, and then you would be putting your phone on top of here and securing it with the elastic. I can't really show you that with my phone because I'm using my phone to record this. So, but you would put your phone here. When you're recording, you always put your phone on landscape. And how you remember to do that is that with all of your buttons on your phone, always make sure that the buttons on your phone when you are recording landscape are on the right-hand side of your phone when you're recording. And then you'll know it's where you need it to be. Also, if you don't want to use a hanger, the selfie stick works just as well. And that's kind of better because it already has a little gadget here to actually put your phone and set your phone in. So same thing with the hanger, you would be putting it between, make sure you have really heavy books, or if you don't have books, you could use duct tape and tape it on top, making sure, because the great thing about the selfie phone is that the arm extends, and that if you do tape it down really well, you can extend that out as far as you want, and that really helps. Either the hanger or the selfie stick really does do wonders. Now, if you don't have a cement block and you don't really have a lot of books, then you can use a tall, skinny box, and it'll do the same thing. So if you have a tall, skinny box like this, instead of putting this there, you would use that. Just make sure that you put the books, these books, right here, and make sure they're really heavy so that it weighs it down and your box isn't going to be moving or tipping over. You really want to make sure that where you're putting your phone is really a solid foundation, because if it's flimsy, or if you start doing something that you have to press down really hard and that your desk is moving, at least you want to make sure that where your phone is a solid foundation and your phone isn't going to be bouncing up and down. And this can help you to do that. So those are the alternatives for creating your setup other than the big apparatus that I've shown you. And there you go. I hope that this video has brought some value to you. Just so you know, I have left in the description below all of the supplies and my dimensions of my apparatus that I have shown you in this video. So if you want to go and make your own, All of that information is there for you. The next video in our series is, yes, you need a script. Hope to see you there.